And this MMA rules bout takes place in the minor 77 kilogram welterweight division. This bout will be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. Your referee in charge when the action gets underway, Mr. Lucic. Fighters to the center, please, for your final instructions.
So the second of our elimination bouts.
Know the rules, fight clean, listen to my commands at all times, keep yourself protected.
Vaso Bakocevic in the corner of Stefan Negucic, and Greg Jones in the corner of Uros Jurisic. And scheduled for 3 rounds. Whoever wins gets to go to the party with Kamil Kraska to have a crack at the belt. Fighting red, Jurisic. Fighting blue, Negucic. A couple of wild low kicks there from Jurisic. Way off target. He's got a height deficit and a reach deficit to deal with Jurisic, but he's aggressive and he will come forward. But Negucic, keeping at range, brings up that high kick, and that's a threat.
The key is the bounce for sure. Negucic needs to keep using that, especially if they're expecting a grapple-heavy game plan. Stay light in the feet. Go high, go low, give little threats up the middle.
Several opportunities, and that was one that was missed. What a mistake there from Negucic. Throws up a high kick, ends up on his back, and that's what he didn't want. He's having to try and close the guard. Jurisic on top. I mean, that's incredible.
Sneaky, sneaky choke game here from Jurisic.
He's got it on, drags his man down, locked it in. He's got that guillotine on and he's hooked in. He could finish this. This is incredible. Can he crank it? He's got that guillotine on. I don't think he's got enough going. He's trying desperately. Negucic in dangerous water here. He's in the hurt locker. Look at the face, the effort there on the face of Jurisic. He's having to give it up. He can't do it. No sign of a tap. Negucic so far hanging on. Jurisic knows this is his opportunity, but he can't do it. And Negucic absolutely incredibly slips out, and it's Jurisic on his back now.
Yeah, the issue was Jurisic was just not high enough. You could see him trying to hike up and sit into it and kind of inch his way up and curl his legs and walk his way a little bit higher. You kind of want to be able to sit up into the arm-in variation. Again, I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. I have no idea why you try to re-guard and go for the guillotine again. It's very, very, very low percentage to be able to tap a guy like this, especially when he's already trying to trap your right arm.
So, working off his back, and I suppose any port in a storm, you never know. I mean, it is a high-risk game, but now got that lock on the guard. He's closed it very tightly, and that's giving Negucic something to worry about.
Negucic was trying to work the Dagestani handcuff a couple of times, but he couldn't get it. Again, unorthodox to be able to wrap the guy's arm around his back like that.
Negucic on top now with a little bit of ground and pound. We're seeing some flair here. Has he got the confidence back now? Can he drive forward? Jurisic, too experienced a player here to allow that, but Jurisic just ended up in that unfortunate position. Negucic threw it all away, but just look at the comeback here. Negucic has the back now. Jurisic in the upright, but Negucic just onto him like Velcro.
Back and forth, back and forth. Everything we wanted to see in this fight. Negucic is showing a lot of resiliency, and Jurisic, again, I feel like it was a loopy decision to go for that arm and guillotine. That's what got him here.
Taking shots now, Negucic landing them. Oh, Jurisic throws wild. And look at that again, the jump guillotine, and this time he's got it on. Beautifully done by Jurisic. He got the arm over. Has he got the forearm in position, and has he got that choke on? I tell you now, Negucic doesn't look like he's going to give up anytime soon, and he slips it again.
Yeah, the big issue is you want to make sure that you're going to be able to tap the guy. You really want to tap him before you commit. You want to know the bite is good on that neck before you throw up the legs, and that's, again, the mistake that Jurisic has made here.
Well, you know, the opportunity presents. What do? It's a gift horse in the mouth, isn't it? So you try and take the opportunity, but yeah, he's not been able to do it. The fact that he was able to put it on so easily, I think, leaves a question mark for Negucic. And I think Negucic might just fall foul of something very similar in the coming part of this round unless he can finish early. I think he might get tapped or choked by Jurisic. Negucic on top now, putting on the pressure with the ground and pound, but Jurisic lives here. He'll be able to resist that, and up he gets. Scissor kick, throws it up, soccer kick. Well, his hells are popping, isn't it?
We knew it was going to be drama. There was a lot on the line. Everybody saw what happened in the last fight when Kraska, the underdog, took it out in style.
Off his back. Jurisic will want to get up. There's the 10-second clapper. He doesn't really have to worry. Whatever Negucic does, it was almost a deal breaker in terms of negating it. But we're on the bell now, and Jurisic will be able to reposition and recalculate the events there. That was two in and fro in. I mean, it's hard to put a cigarette paper between the two of them, isn't it? It's just incredible.
Round of the night for sure. Round of the night for sure.
So, frantic talks in the corner, as you would suspect. But we saw two guillotine attempts. But we heard someone tonight coin a phrase, "Don't be silly, jump the gilly." And, well, Jurisic, as we can see here, keen to oblige.
But you can see the mistake already, right? Like, that was quite clearly less than optimal position for an arm and choke. And I'm just not a huge fan of compromising and going to my back like that when I don't know that I've got the guy locked up before I drop. Here, Negucic just punishing him for those grappling attempts a couple of times of going and attacking the neck, ultimately escaping. Negucic was able to find his way at the end of the fight here, standing up and punching into the guard. Flush connection there.
I think it's going to be very tense moments for both fighters going into the second. Negucic will have tried to deliver some payload, and Jurisic is the man that can soak it up, but Negucic has been in trouble a couple of times. It's just all about precision here now. They're very, very close. Attempt at Superman punch. And as I say, the height advantage that Negucic has isn't being used to his advantage. Still, that said, Jurisic has to get on the inside to be able to operate.
He kind of has a really bladed stance sometimes too. You know, his feet are quite wide, and that's allowing the kicks, the opportunities for Negucic to throw those kicks, especially to the lead leg.
Spear jab, has to close the distance. Follows it up with the right. Negucic shakes his head, but we heard that. We know it connected. Big power shots being thrown. This is not the easy night in the office that Kamil Kraska had. The other side of the leaderboard in terms of these semi-finals for a title shot. Jurisic come to do business, but so is Negucic. So, little change of strategy for Negucic. He's using the ring on his toes, trying to draw in Jurisic. And Jurisic having to chase his man down.
Jurisic is trying to lead this dance, but it's a little tricky right now. Every time the distance breaks down, Negucic lands, and Jurisic ends up coming a little bit short.
Acknowledgement there for some stray fingers. Switch hitting, fighting southpaw. Negucic did well to evade that, as did Jurisic. They're throwing. And, I just get the feeling it's only going to take one, and I think there's a finish in this. We're halfway through the round, and it's been a little bit more foxy, a little more cat and mouse. There was a rush in the first round to impose, to set out the stalls, try and dominate. In this, the second, it's been more about the chess game, reading, trying to bring the shots to count, because it's not going to be an easy or early night for either of these two.
Is better movement here from Jurisic. He's kind of moving his head before and after the combinations, a little bit more efficient. The jab was landing. Nice combination in return from
just feel Negucic has settled down. Nice low kick. Oof, inside work from Jurisic. Had to be shut down by Negucic, who ragdolls his man down. A little bit of flow there, but this is where, and they're really going to it now.
Lovely Granby roll there from Jurisic. He's definitely a little bit more motivated in this round. I think he's finding his rhythm in the last minute and a half or two, which is critical, because I had him drop in that first round. Bent over a little bit, oddly out of position. If you can get below the legs, I'd kind of let go of this double here. It'd be tough to get your hands together. Oh, he did have them together. I stand corrected. He actually had his hands clasped. I think he had a 10-finger grip behind the legs. But nice takedown defense here from Negucic, straight back up.
Final minute of this second, and it really has been full to the brim. Negucic found that confidence. Just took him around to get rid of the ring rust. Oh, that was nice work from Jurisic. And you can see Vaso Bakocevic saying to him, you've got to get up quickly. And look at this. Jurisic mounts him, rolls him out. Oh, and there's the body triangle. There's 30 seconds left now for Jurisic to try and finish this. I don't think he's in a position to do it, and he hasn't got the time to work. But that body triangle is crucial.
Nice use of the underhook there on the left to be able to get what was almost a compromised back take. There we go. 100%er there.
No time. 10 seconds gone. And we're up on the bell, but he's in a dominating position here. Jurisic, but oh, just a little too late. They have to unlock, and that I think was a lucky escape for Negucic. I think another 20 seconds, and that could have worked very well for Jurisic.
Yeah, much better round here for Jurisic. He needed it, especially after kind of an odd opening 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes for sure. He turned it on in the last 3 minutes, and I think won it. Tie fight of the night so far for me.
Certainly high on all the skill levels. It's a chance to revisit the action. Meaningful work. And impactful. Jurisic. Precise, powerful. And really got to work when he had the opportunity on the ground. A little bit of BJJ flow there as they roll up into the third. So far on scores, Chris, what do you think?
19-19.
19-19, I said very tight. You've got them tied. Yeah. Last 5 minutes. Let's roll. Fighting blue, Stefan Negucic. Fighting red, Uros Jurisic. This is a semi-final elimination bout to have a crack at the title. We know who's gone forward. Kamil Kraska, who won first round win incredibly. And an easy night in the office tonight. But Negucic and Jurisic have had to tough it out across the three. Ain't over yet, still very, very close.
Negucic's corner want him a lot more aggressive. I think he's tired though. I think the first round he gave a little bit too much and didn't plan for 3 hard 5-minute rounds, and that's where Jurisic with his experience is going to take over in this fight.
Jurisic has stolen some time, he's stolen energy, and just may have been a little bit more efficient. I think the ring rust, time out of the game, will have had an effect on Negucic. You can never really get that back. It's ring time that you need. But Jurisic, the aggressor, coming forward. But this is good work from Negucic. He's picking his shots and he's making them count.
Nice head movement there from Jurisic. That's also going to be key, right? It wasn't that good in the first round, but good improvements from Jurisic. He's been the more adaptable fighter in this one. And, for two guys who haven't really gone the distance too much.
offside shot. Neutral corner for Negucic and a full complement of time to recover from Jurisic. It didn't look that low to me, but it would have hurt because it dug right in. But anyway, they've been given time to recover. Jurisic.
Up to 5 minutes if necessary here.
Looks like he's taking advantage. Jurisic looked as if he really needed that rest, didn't he? He was blowing, and, using the time to throw Negucic, throw his balance out, throw his timing out, keeping him waiting.
Yeah, this is again the experience here. Take every bit of it. Forget the arena, forget the crowd. Rush back into this. It's the right choice. It's a strategic choice.
And I was going to say there's no sense of urgency from Jurisic, but he's decided now he's good to go. And, just a little acknowledgement to the crowd, I'm all right. Oh, but he's down again. But psychologically that's going to be playing with Negucic. I think Negucic is ready to go, and he's going to have to get pumped up to get to that level again.
It's a big part of the game though, right? There's always going to be a little bit of theater. And Jurisic has had a little bit of that in his career, shall we say.
Yeah, I have to say, on the slow-mo, it showed that was a kick into the waistband. Didn't look like the heel had struck, but hey, listen, we're not calling that into doubt. We're just saying I've seen worse kicks, and I've seen fighters return back to the fray in a shorter space of time. So now Negucic has to get his head right, because this is an extraordinary length of time to be out for what seemed like an innocuous strike. And the crowd, Jurisic playing to that, and he's saying, right, I'm all right now, we can go. So clock on, third and final round, and we need something dramatic to make a decision here. So, over 3 minutes left. Jurisic totally recharged, back in the action. And, I thought Negucic was going to complain about a low shot there, and we'd have another 5-minute break. Negucic coming alive here. Throwing up some kicks, throwing up some feints. Making life just a little bit difficult for Jurisic to calculate. Jurisic finding that left leg exposed. So, switch hits to cover for it. Negucic really on his toes around that cage, picking Jurisic off at distance, doesn't want to get involved, doesn't want to get entangled. So up go the kicks, throwing the shots, and he's on his bike.
I like the fact that Jurisic is keeping these exchanges pretty short and on his terms. Again, it's just his experience, right? He's got to score the points. If this fight is 19-19, which I believe both corners would have acknowledged, the strategy can evolve.
You've got to remember what's at stake here. It's an eliminator for a title. And, you cannot rest on your laurels. You can't ease up, take the pressure off. Is this the way in? Oh goodness, look at this. Jurisic on the attack. Oh, he hasn't managed to land it, and literally that could be the decider here tonight. We've got just over a minute left, and Negucic on top, looking for a finish.
If Negucic could do some big damage here, he could steal the round. It has been a close round.
It's an incredible mistake for Jurisic to make at his level, to find himself in this position, and Negucic making life very, very difficult. He's in an awkward position, Jurisic, up against the wire, not able to defend fully, not able to get the head out of the way, and he's locked and closed that guard, but is it enough? A lot of damage, a lot of forearms and elbows going in from Negucic.
It was that attempt at the back. He went straight for the choke, and it might cost him the fight here, as Negucic finding all kinds of success with those elbows.
Big pressure in the ground and pound, big shots, not hurting Jurisic enough. But 20 seconds left on the clock. It's survival for Jurisic now, as opposed to taking advantage of a possible win. Negucic might have done this. He might have put this away. Still the danger as the legs go up. Possibility of something. Still going for a guillotine. He must love that move, because it's not happening for him tonight.
He did a great job of pinning Jurisic up against the cage, and even able to do damage from a closed and open guard like that when you've leveraged the geometry of the edge of the fence. Great smart fighting.
Well, that's the end of the round, and it's going to go to judges' scorecards. I think ultimately Negucic might have sneaked that in. So we'll have to wait and see, but he looks fairly confident.
I think it's the right shout. Immediate impact scores higher than cumulative impact. That is to say, potentially fight-ending stuff, the stuff that has the propensity to end the fight. And that's exactly what Negucic delivered there.
And this was the error. Jurisic went down on top and tried to mount to take a rear naked, but then found himself turned and on the wire, and he took punishment. And I think if you count and add up the strikes, Negucic probably tips it with that ground and pound at the end. Let's wait and see what the judges have got to say, but I think we could be seeing Negucic and Kraska in a title clash. That'd be interesting. So this will be tight. It's the second time tonight we've had a real tight call for the judges.
And very much a fight where the momentum swung like a pendulum back and forth. You know, it seemed one guy was getting ascendancy, and then the other. Great clash.
Decision yet, and it's really tense. Both camps waiting to find out who's done enough over the course of the three. And we do have the numbers in now, so we have a decision and an announcement.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of those three completed rounds of action, we go to your judges' scorecards. Judge Zoric scoring this contest 29 points to 28 points. Judge Kleeman also scoring this bout 29 points to 28 points. And Judge Juliet scoring this contest 29 points to 27 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, Stefan Negucic!
Negucic makes the comeback. Takes the points decision.
Jurisic.
Comeback after a grueling time out of the ring. Let's hear and see what he's got to say.
Interesting as well, we saw a 10-8 round there, which is why there was a 29-27, but I believe 2 rounds to 1 was the right score, and that's what we saw.
In the corner of Stefan Negucic, president of FNC, Forgi, giving the trophy to Negucic. What a comeback, eh? After being out of the game for a while, he's back and he's bad.
Stefi, čestitke od srca, odličan performans, jedan od tvojih najboljih u karijeri protiv možda i najtežeg protivnika, legende. Kako si ti to vidio iznutra?
Teška borba, težak protivnik, najteži u karijeri. Najjače sam se spremao, došlo je mojih 5 minuta. Zaslužio sam ovo i sad ću sve da ih pokidam!
Kamil Kraska, jesi li vidio prvi meč? Neće biti lagano.
Nisam gledao meč jer nisam imao vremena, ali svakako ću da pogledam.
Apsolutno, čestitke još jednom, dame i gospodo, budući nazivač u welter diviziji, Stefan Negucic!